Admiral Kraz stood before the High Council, his weathered carapace bearing the scars of countless battles. His primary eyes dimmed with exhaustion, secondary ones scanning the assembled dignitaries of the Galactic Confederation. "You must listen," he rasped, mandibles clicking with urgency. "The humans cannot be underestimated. Do not provoke them." The council members exchanged skeptical glances. Councillor Drem, representing the mighty Vortex Empire, scoffed. "These humans occupy a mere 27 systems. Our intelligence suggests their technology is primitive. Their military strength is negligible. Numbers and technology aren't everything," Kraz insisted. "I faced them during the Orion conflict. My fleet outnumbered theirs 10 to 1. Their ships were outdated, their weapons inferior." He paused, antenna quivering. "Yet I'd have lost 3/4 of my command in a single engagement." "Perhaps your tactical abilities were lacking," another counselor suggested, triggering sympathetic vibrations of amusement throughout the chamber. Kraz's exoskeleton flushed with anger. "Mock me if you wish, but remember my words when the humans retaliate. They don't think like us. They're unpredictable, adaptable, and they never, ever surrender." His warning went unheeded. 2 cycles later, the Vortex Empire launched a disciplinary action against a human mining colony that had allegedly violated territorial boundaries. What was meant to be a simple display of force became the spark that ignited the Human Confederation War. 5 years later, Admiral Kraz sat in a makeshift shelter on what had once been the glorious capital world of the Vortex Empire. The distant rumble of human artillery punctuated his conversation with Captain Tom Miller of the Earth Alliance forces. "He tried to warn them," Miller said, pouring 2 drinks from a battered flask. "For what it's worth, our historians have the recordings. You're the only Confederation officer who voted against the war." Kraz's mandibles twitched in what humans had learned was the equivalent of a bitter smile. "Small comfort to the billions dead." Miller nodded solemnly. "No one expected the war to spread this far. Even we were surprised by how quickly it escalated." "I wasn't," Kraz said. "Your species has always been a contradiction. Individually fragile, yet collectively resilient. Technologically behind us, yet terrifyingly innovative under pressure." He gestured to the ruins visible through the shelter's viewport. "Look at this world. The Vortex had the most advanced planetary defense system in the Confederation. Impenetrable, they called it. Until someone on Earth figured out you could bypass it completely by creating micro-wormholes," Miller said. "A physicist working in her garage, I believe." "Dr. Reed?" Kraz nodded. "A civilian, not even part of your military research division. That's what the Council never understood about humans. Your entire species thinks like warriors, even your civilians." Miller took a sip of his drink. "We prefer to think of ourselves as problem solvers." "The problem was us," Kraz said quietly. "Your solution was devastating." The human paused, considering this. "You know, Admiral, many of us didn't want this war either, but when the Vortex destroyed our colony, 3,000 civilians, including 400 children." "I know," Kraz interrupted. "Believe me, I tried to explain to the Council what would happen. Humans might tolerate losses in battle, but civilian casualties," he shuddered. "I told them how your species reacts to perceived injustice, to threats against your young." Outside, a squad of human soldiers moved through the ruins, their powered armor making them look like giants next to the local survivors. "What happens now?" Kraz asked. Miller finished his drink. "Peace negotiations begin tomorrow. Your warning has earned you respect among our leadership. They want you at the table." "To help dismantle the Confederation I served my entire life." "To help build something better," Miller corrected. "The Alliance doesn't want to rule the galaxy. We just wanted to be left alone. That's still true, despite everything." Kraz considered this. "Your people are strange, Captain Miller. Capable of unleashing unprecedented destruction, yet speaking of peace even in victory." "That's humanity for you," Miller said. "We're walking contradictions." 1 decade after the war's end, the Galactic Cooperative Council convened its annual meeting on Earth, a symbolic gesture that still made many alien representatives uncomfortable. Admiral Kraz, now serving as chief diplomat for the former Confederation worlds, found himself addressing a new generation of leaders. "When I warned the old council about humans," he told them, I focused on their capacity for war. That was my mistake. I should have emphasized their capacity for forgiveness. He gestured to the chamber, where humans and aliens worked side by side. Look around you. Many of your worlds fought against humans, yet now they benefit from human medicine, human technology, human protection. A young Vortex diplomat raised her appendage. But isn't this just a different kind of conquest? We're dependent on them now. Interdependent, Kraz corrected. Humans need us too. Their bodies are fragile, their lifespan's short. They know they can't maintain peace alone. He looked out the window at the rebuilt skyline of Geneva, where the council headquarters now stood. The humans have a saying: those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. They learned from our mistake. Have we? The chamber fell silent as his words sank in. Among the attendees, Captain Miller, now Ambassador Miller, caught Kraz's eye and nodded slightly. The warning had been given, ignored, and vindicated. The consequences had been devastating. But from those ashes, something unexpected had emerged, a genuine peace, built not on dominance, but on the recognition of each species' unique strengths. That, Kraz reflected, was the final contradiction of humanity. They had been the most terrifying enemy the galaxy had ever faced, and now they were proving to be its most valuable allies.